Chris Beard's buyout dropped today. So they had to wait till April 1st, really, because if you're Texas and Chris Del Conte, why not wait? Why not wait and get it done today? So you have to pay less for the buyout. I don't know the financial figures yet. I got to try to find that out. I've been kind of crazy today, but I think Texas Tech offered more than Texas did. But I think Chris Beard just said, you know what? Texas is a better job. I went to school there. I know I can maybe win a national title. And all those people that are going to say to me, well, he came within a basket and won a national title and went to Elite Eight at Texas Tech. He did. But I think even he realized that was almost unsustainable to be able to keep doing it. In the last 2 years, it was clear that it was unsustainable because they were not mediocre, but they weren't great, Rob. They were like 500 in Big 12 play. So now he can get really good players.
How do you think they're going to treat him when he goes back to Lubbock in a Big 12? I mean, think about how much he did for that program. New facilities, you get to the Final Four, you're so close to winning it all. I think they're going to boo the hell out of him. I think they're going.
I'm sure you're right because you can't leave for another program no matter what. Now, if I'm him, I'm selling it over and over and over. The only reason I left is because I went to Texas. I'm a Texas guy. But I don't think it matters to those because they'll consider themselves the stepchild of Texas, right?
It's going to be like the college version of like LeBron going back to Cleveland right after he went to Miami. It's going to be I can't wait to see that. That is going to be fascinating because you have so many. It's much like the LeBron thing. This guy's done so much for the city and so much for the program, and they're still. It's like that gets trumped. That's going to be wild. And now I will say with Texas Tech, there are some guys in state that seem to have made a lot of noise even in this NCAA tournament that could be a fit. Now it depends on how big do you want to go. Right. Some of the names that you see getting thrown out are almost hilarious, like Rick Pitino and like on some of these it's like, man.
Imagine Rick Pitino in Lubbock. Like, no, it's not going to happen. Like they're probably going to go with. Listen, like they have
Golding, like those two guys.
Yeah. I mean, Golding's going to be interesting because he's boys with Beard. Right. So it's how does AD Kirby Hocutt deal with this? Does he say, hey, there's no way in hell I'm going with anything close to Beard now. I'm done with Beard because my fans are going to hate me anyway. Or do you go, Grant McCaslin?
Guy wins, it won't matter at all if he's like Beard or not.
Right, who cares? There's a lot of candidates, a lot of them. Kyle Keller, Stephen F. Austin has done a great job there. Remember, they were ineligible for the tournament this year. So Keller, who else?
I mean, they're all in the state of Texas. Like, it's not like they have to go far away. And, man, the way North Texas beat Purdue, super impressive. The way Joe Golding beat Texas, super impressive. Like, I mean, they're going to have some good candidates to choose from here.
Yeah, I would think it'll be one of those guys will be my guess. But there'll be a lot of people knocking on Kirby Hocutt's door for that job. How do you think Beard will fit at Texas? It's a different city, a different environment. Does he fit? I know, like, you've heard me, and I gush about him. Like, I think Chris Beard is one of the best coaches in the game.
Sure.
Does he fit at Texas as well as he fits in Lubbock?
Yes, because the Texas fan base has no expectation for what they need to play like. if Mick Cronin can PLA, where they do care about the style of play, and again, you win, you go to the Final Four, all right, we like you a lot. I don't think the Texas fan base is passionate enough or involved enough to care about the style.
Sure.
If they're winning, they will be all about it. And at the end of the day, if they're winning, they will still wonder about who's playing quarterback in the spring game.
Very true.
So I think that's the only thing that matters is if Chris Beard wins.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think the other part is we saw him with his first McDonald's All-American this past year, Namari Burnett, and he transferred out after 10 games or so.
We'll say
How does he handle it?
Yeah, that's a good question because Texas is going to get those types of talents in there. But even from watching Namari Burnett from the second he got there, maybe it was a bad fit or maybe I just don't understand how he was a McDonald's All-American to me. I mean, like that was the most surprising thing. And
Very
maybe he'll
true.
be really good, but I was shocked when I watched them play early. And you're saying this kid's a McDonald's All-American. Normally, those guys jump out at you from a skill set perspective or an athleticism perspective, where it's like, man, this dude's off the charts. He's like Billy Walker, like he's going up and hammering it, and he just didn't. I'm not sure what he does great to be a guy that gets that, but he must have played well in high school. It'd be interesting to see how he does as a transfer.
Yeah, I just think, again, if I'm Beard, I got to make sure I get a good staff and hire the right people.